Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of your OGR, as today we're going to be talking about the Dallas Stars absolutely pancaking us alongside of the Zebras as we lose 5-2 in game 18, as this game, I don't even know what to talk about in this game, but for the fact that I was massively disappointed by the way that we played, but also how the refs were all fucking night, and then Tippett. We lost also because of Tippett, because he cannot manage lines and decided to throw Perlini up on the top line with McDavid and Draisaitl. Just alone right there, I could just end the video and be like, alright guys, yeah, that's it. That's the end of the video. You know, we talked about all of that, all of what have happened, you know, like, we really don't need to explain or go into detail about what really happened in this game, but for the fact that it was just a really ugly game in general. So before I get into this video, I'd like to just say, if you are new to the channel, make sure to slap the subscribe button and hit that like button as well. That'll be very much appreciated. So let's get into reviewing the goals. Now the first goal of the game, of course, was a tip into the back of the net by Rope Hintz. It was a beautiful tip into the back of the net, and it was a power play to start the game as well, by a bad penalty by Duncan Keith. He had his stick where he shouldn't have had his stick at the time, tripped down Jacob Peterson. We took a bad penalty to start the game off, and we scored. You know, they scored on both of their two power plays to begin the game. Ryan McLeod took a too many men penalty, cannot speak English, and then we also took a, dumped tripping penalty by Duncan Keith. And we started off their game really rough. Jason Robertson scored a beautiful 1-T goal to put up his team 2-0, and just a horrible way to start the game. We weren't playing very well, and I was already seeing that, halfway through the second, or halfway through the first, we were just looking really ugly. We just played a really bad game throughout the entire game. There was not one moment of this game where I thought that, hey, we played a really good game. Every moment of this game was absolute garbage. We played like not the Edmonton Oilers tonight. We played like horrible. Our defense was absolutely broken. Keith, he fell to an injury, so he played 10 minutes, but those whole 10 minutes, he played like garbage. For some reason, someone on Twitter said that because he averages 20 minutes of ice time, he plays good. I wanted to break my brain. My brain right now is mush. It really is. After watching this game and seeing some of the meatheads on Twitter, my brain is absolute mush. Like, I don't even know how to explain this game. I really don't, but for the fact that the Dallas Stars physically beat the living crap out of us. They played 100% a way better game than what we did, without a doubt. And then heading into the second period, they played even better than us. They continued just steamrolling right through us. Even near the first period, I thought we didn't do too bad near the end of the first. But even then, we didn't generate a whole lot of goal-scoring opportunities. But moving on, Denis Gurianov got his third goal of the season, absolutely dashing by Tyson Barrie. And Tyson Barrie was like legit standing there. And then right when he just stood there, watched Denis Gurianov move right by him. He's like, oh God, now I got to rotate. Oh God. He's running. Oh, Gurrianov's gone. Never mind. He's going to score. And he did. Barrie just stood there, didn't do anything because he can't play defense. Physically, he really just cannot play defense. And he let Gurianov walk right on by him. And Gurianov had great speed. And I mean, most defensemen wouldn't have been able to do very much. But Tyson Barrie was caught flat-footed. He wasn't moving at all. And when you're caught flat-footed and not moving, you're going to get burnt hard. And Tyson Barrie certainly did get burnt hard. And then Ryan McLeod scored a beautiful goal, again, his third goal of the season by a beautiful setup pass by Leon Draisaitl. Again, his third goal of the season. And Ryan McLeod's been buzzing. He really has been over the past couple games, putting up a lot of goals. And it was just a really nice play. Draisaitl and McLeod both dashed down the wing. And it was a really nice setup pass by Draisaitl, tape to tape, baby. The X Factor working quite well for Leon Draisaitl to get the first goal of the game. And I thought maybe we could turn things around there, but we played the exact same. Moving into the third period, we also played like crap. Luke Glendening got his 5th of the year, which was a nice tip from him. It was a horrible job by CC to tie him up, but nothing you could really do. Pure and simple, this game was crappy. I can legit end the video here on just that fact that this game was just stanky. It was legit the worst game not of the season. I've seen worse. The Jets game was pretty damn rough, but this game was horrible for the fact of the Zebras. Now, we're going to get into talking about the Zebras throughout this game because they were so bad. 5-2 for penalties. Not just that, we had one power play that was actually a 2-minute power play, and it was at 19 seconds left in the game. NHL, you seriously need to work on this, because these refs didn't call a single thing throughout the entire fucking game. There was high stickings, there was cross-checkings, where Leon Draisaitl legit was getting hammered in the fucking back, and there was no call on the play, but yet Leon Draisaitl goes and retaliates and gives him one light little cross-check. The ref's like, oh, it's a penalty! It's a penalty! We go in the box! You're in the box, buddy! That is fucking stupid how there was no calls against us. And I don't try to complain about the refs. I really don't try to, because personally, I'm a ref myself. I used to ref at least. And, you know, I hate when people complain about refs. I really do. I try not to. But when it is this fucking bad, I need to talk about it. And NHL needs to fix it, because it's an absolute joke how bad the reffing was throughout the entire night. And most of the NHL agreed with us tonight that the reffing was horrible. We got one call, and majority of the time we were dealing with a 4-on-4. We got 55 minutes or 55 seconds of power play time. 55 seconds of power play time compared to the Dallas Stars, where they got, what was it? Almost like fucking 5 minutes of power play time. Isn't that just a goddamn joke? That they just could not call anything. I seen a high sticking against Dallas, but then, 2 minutes later, we get a high sticking penalty, the Oilers. That made no sense to me, and a big reason why my brain is mush was because of how dumb these refs were. And the refs weren't part of the reason why we lost this game. But for the fact that they threw us down to start the beginning of the game with too bad power, or, with the penalties that we took, which it is, deserved. Keith definitely did deserve a trip and penalty. Same with Ryan McLeod with the too many men. I was fine with that. But the rest of the game, we didn't get any calls against us. We didn't get any power plays, really. It was an absolute joke. An absolute fucking joke. Like, these refs. Who were the refs last night, man? Because they were a joke. Tom Chalowski and Gold. Yeah, no wonder why. Gord Dwyer. No wonder why. Horrible reffing last night. Horrible reffing. Otherwise, Dave Tippett with his lineup combinations. Playing Brendan Perlini up on the top line. The guy that has 0 goals, ladies and gentlemen. 0 goals. When we need offense, Tippett's like, you know what, guys? I'm going to change up the lineups. Yeah, Moto, you're down to the 4th line. You haven't been playing too well tonight. But Perlini, you've been the man. You've been the big man, Perlini. Even though you scored 0 goals this year, you're getting yourself right up at the top line with McDavid and Draisaitl, because I believe you'll score a fucking goal here tonight, buddy. And then Perlini went out there and proceeded to do nothing. Oh, man, I love this team, man. Woo! I love this team! Yeah! I'm talking about the lineups. I mean, there's really nothing much to talk about. McDavid, Hyman, and Puljujärvi had a rough night. They were shut down most of the night by the top line of the Dallas Stars. Same with Leon Draisaitl, Nuge, and Yamamoto. They weren't able to generate a whole lot. They were, shut down most of the night. McLeod, he looked really good. I really liked the way that McLeod played throughout the night. I thought he played pretty well. And Yamamoto and Nuge still looked pretty good. The Dynamite line still looked pretty well. They played really well defensively. They were actually one of the only lines that was able to generate any offense from what I remember. Like, any other lines weren't really able to, but for, McLeod, the third line wasn't terrible, but it wasn't amazing. And in the fourth line, of course. We actually didn't see Kyle Turris tonight. Isn't that amazing, eh? But for some reason, we benched Benson for Perlini, which makes no sense to me. And in the defense, we lost Duncan Keith throughout the middle of the game, so we kind of had to deal with a very butchered defensive core. So it was mostly I know Bouchard was playing alongside of Keith, but then he was playing alongside of Russell a lot of the game. And Russell wasn't terrible. Russell played decent defensively, and I think he was one of our better defensemen throughout the night. Russell played pretty good. Bouchard had a good night as well. He did give away one of the pucks, but he wasn't too bad throughout the night. Broberg was still really solid. A few bad defensive mistakes here and there, but and a few bad giveaways as well, but still really nice puck transfer. You really good at moving that puck up the zone. I was just a really big fan of Broberg throughout the night. I thought he was one of our better defensemen at the beginning of the game as well, except for the bad 2 giveaways that he did give up, and I think he was on the ice for 2 goals against or whatever it was. But Philip Broberg played pretty well in this second NHL game, and especially since he was given a lot of ice time. 1859 was a pretty good amount, so I'm excited to see how well he'll do against Arizona in this back-to-back. And then Barry and CC as well. CC also played pretty well throughout the night. I give it to CC. He was probably one of our better D-men as well. Barry was, Barry. He had 1 bad goals against, but offensively he, threw up a couple good chances, but wasn't phenomenal. And then yeah, that's all I really got to talk about here, boys. The Zebras were horrible. The Oilers there wasn't a whole lot of positives to talk about. Skinner did definitely stand on his head. Played really well. It's just you can really do nothing when your team in front of you is playing like ass. So I'm gonna end the video here, guys, because I got really nothing else to explain but for the fact that the Zebras sucked. The Oilers sucked. Basically everything in this game sucked. Pure and simple. And Tippett, you eat ass, buddy. Putting Perlini up on the top line. You blow my brain, buddy. You blow my brain. Adios, amigos.